Namaste. Welcome back to another VlogPod in our channel. As you know, we are dedicated to the holistic excellence, which comprises everything from humans to life forms to nature, everything. And this is what we are dedicated to. So, what we are going to talk about today? Today, in this VlogPod, I'm going to talk about why there is so much of violence, terrorism, and all these negative things in the world. Why don't we all just heal the world? Or why don't we just, all of us, do something great? Even though we want to, even though we tell people that we want to, but we generally don't end up doing it. Why it is like that? Why there is all these terrorism? Why there is all this evil? Why there is all these devilish things? Why artists who wants to be popular, who wants to be known by everyone, they sell their souls, and why all these things happen? Of course, if you are thinking that I'll be talking about so many topics, no, it is just one thing. Because unless you know the reason behind all the things that is happening bad in this world, you can't do anything to change it, because changes only happens when we know the problem. If we know the problem, then we can make the change. So, what is the problem? Have you ever thought about it? If you think you know what is the problem, then I would ask you to write in the comment box below why you think that the world is such a negative place. World is such a place full of evil and terrorism and all the bad things. Why it is happening like that? Why some people who just wants to do bad in this world, who wants to do the evil things in the world, why this is happening? If you know, then as I told you before, you write in the comment box below, and we would like to know what you have in store. Do you know why people are always aligned with negativity and hypocrisy and doing evil and terrorism as if it is their second nature? It is only, the reason is that they do not align themselves with dharma. Because there are two things, as I've told in many of my videos. One is dharma, which is the positivity, and one is adharma. Adharma means anti-dharma. Anti-dharma is opposite of dharma, that is negativity and hypocrisy. So when people do not know what dharma is, then many times it is not their fault even, because we choose our life according to the womb we are born in. Because most of these adharma way of life only happens in that time. We choose that path, that so-called religious path, because religion is a huge thing in today's world. And when we choose that religion path, then we do not choose that with eligibility, because nowadays there is no eligibility for choosing your path, for choosing the goodness of your life. People must be eligible for that, because unless you are eligible to find out what is good, what is not good, what is positivity, what is negativity, what is the greatest evil called hypocrisy, if you don't know that, most of the time you end up choosing the negative thing. And since you inside you want to be positive, do positive things, so you actually end up being a hypocrite. Hypocrisy is worse than negativity, because I am saying this, you may say that, okay, this is another opinion. It's not an opinion. I have, for the last more than 250,000 hours, I have been working on this since 1996, 24/7. And I have seen this thing, that so many people in the world, especially the most evil people, who are celebrities, who are politicians, who are big time so-called motivators, and everybody follows them, actresses and all, sports people, they are always choosing hypocrisy, because they would present to you something and they will be another thing, like a hero. The hero would be doing heroic things in the film according to the script, but in reality, he is mostly an antagonist, an anti-hero, or a villain. So many times, like, we are from India and we know Bollywood. So many times in Bollywood, you would see the people who were anti-heroes in the films, they would be such great heroes. And people who would be heroes acting against those antagonists, they would be actually real-time hypocrites, real-time negatives. And we have many examples. Of course, we are not in the business of naming people, but we all understand that. So it is very important that you become eligible before you choose a path of your life. That is the reason why in India and in most part of the world, people are left actually a jnani. A jnani means a person who is not having the knowledge. Information is not knowledge. Information is ChatGPT, Google, Grok, or any other names. That is information. Your artificial thing. What is important is your gyan. So when we grow up, when we are properly educated, when we have the proper gyan in our system, then we could choose and we would find out whether we are using our life in doing something positive, that is doing something in resonance with Dharma, or we are doing something negative. They always used to call me the happiest content and the richest within for the past nearly 30 years. And people who have met me during these times, which is actually a lot of people, I think they remember me telling them that I'm the happiest content and the richest within, and they would say, okay, good for you. Well, it could be good for everyone. Only thing is, we must be able to decipher our human matrix. Today actually we are traveling to our ashram, our Haridham, where it is a family of those people who are unloved, unwanted, lonely, friendless, and have nobody in this world as their own, or who cares for them as their own. It is not a charity place, it is a place of love, selfless love. Because as we always have maintained this thing, that charity takes dignity away from the receiver and fills the giver with pride. And both of them are wise. So I know it is difficult that way, without accepting donations, without accepting charities, but it is actually satisfying. Like, I don't want to be another Mother Teresa who had this missionary of charities, because our mission is a mission of love, and there's a huge and whole difference between charity and love. Another difference between charity and love is charity is like a pity, sympathy, obligation, and love is actually divine. Love is actually a responsibility. Love is something for which, like a father or a mother does for their child. But everybody is not privileged in this world to have a father or mother. Everybody is not privileged in this world to have a caring son, a loving son, a son who would do total 100% seva like Shravan Kumar used to do. So there we come into being. And it is not that this special home or this special ashram is for only people who are destitute. It is for people who are richest of the rich or poorest of the poor, or just in the middle, as long as they are feeling unloved, unwanted, friendless, lonely, or they care for such people. They want that such people must have a family, must have people to take care of them, love them in the way they themselves have. So as I was telling about this thing, that we need to be, eligible to choose our path according to our, within, what we are within, what we have within. Because within, we all are positive human beings. We all are good human beings. Maybe externally we got a situation like that, or we got DNAs like that, which is negative, or hypocrisy thing, or many other things. But we all could actually align ourselves, resonate ourselves with positivity, with dharma. So the foundational reason, or the underlying reason behind all the evil things which is happening in the world is because we have left our future generations and the present and the younger generations, we have left them just either with information, and most of the time we have left them with negative information or hypocritical information. It is just that if we could be smart enough, intelligent enough to come out of that adharma, anti-dharma, come out of that negativity and hypocrisy, and align ourselves, resonate ourselves with positivity, with dharma. So it is actually time for us humans, for the nature, for the divinity, for you actually to annihilate, to completely end, to completely destroy, to completely make their bodies vanish who are negative. They must vanish from this world. It's a big statement, but it is the most needed, required statement to be done.